guys, what is up? Welcome to my channel today. We have such an exciting video today. I am beyond thrilled that I got the okay to do this. First off, I already started filming like updates and whatnot with this, but I forgot to film an intro. So alas, here we are. I wanted to do a video where I read my favorite booktubers' favorite books. The thing is, I am a nobody on booktube right now. I didn't want to do that without possibly getting permission from these booktubers, because I feel like it would have been weird if I like had them in a thumbnail or mentioned them and they didn't know about it. I don't know, I felt really like dirty about it. So I had the nerve, the gall, the audacity to hit up some of my favorite booktubers. The first person that I messaged was Miss Bailee. Now, Bailee is at the moment and probably for all time, my favorite booktuber. She really showed me that she's getting me into what my actual book taste is. Like, okay, I am a goth girly at heart. I love metal music. I love pop punk music. I love rock music. I love the color black. I'm wearing a motionless and white shirt. I have a Bad Omens Noah Sebastian bracelet on. I love all things dark. I love things gothic. I love things witchy. I love all of that stuff. And I think for the past year, I've been trying to just read what's popular, because I wanted to get caught up with reading. And don't get me wrong, majority of the popular books that are being talked about right now, I love them. I adore them. But then I found Bailee's channel and she was talking about these like dark, gothic, fantasy, romance type of deals. And I was like, where have these been all my life? Where have these been all my life? Just the way she explains them, I'm like, yes, absolutely, yes. I messaged her, I will put it right here. I was just like, hey, I'm very socially awkward. I was so scared. I was like, hey, I'm trying to start a booktube channel. I want to do a thing where I do a reading vlog where I read my favorite booktubers' favorite books. Can I include you in this video? And she was so sweet, but she gave me her blessing. So this video, I'm probably gonna like maybe separate this into multiple vlogs. I don't know yet. As far as Bailee's favorite books, like I said, I forgot to film the intro, so I'm already like 30% of the way through this book. I apologize, but you will see updates because I have been filming updates as I've been reading this, so it's not like you're missing out on anything. One of Bailee's favorite books that I am going to be reading in this vlog is City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. Now, this is the first book in the House of Devil series, and this book is about a girl named Lauren. I'm gonna say Lauren because in the book she says it's pronounced Lauren. I don't know. I keep wanting to say Lauren. We're gonna go with Lauren. Lauren that just sounds so weird. She is a human in this realm, I don't even know if you want to call it a realm, but in this world full of vampires, witches, werewolves, you name it, supernatural beings galore, okay? She's an orphan. She lives with Dallas, who is technically her sister, but not really her sister because she got adopted by this family that just does not care about her. I've noticed that as a theme in book, because I just read Blood of Hercules and it was kind of the same deal where she's in this like foster care family where they just don't want her, they don't like her, but she barely avoids an abduction by the Darkslayers. Now, who are the Darkslayers? They are a group of bounty hunters that they get hired to kill people that basically deserve it. The way I looked at that was it was like Death Note with Kira, where he's like, I'm going to kill criminals, I'm going to kill bad people, so the world's a better place. That's kind of what these bounty hunters do. And again, they are a collection of devils, witches, blah 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 blah. I think they're mostly devils though. And one in particular named Darien Castle, I will get to him, is hired to find her. But instead, this other group of Darkslayers take her best friend when they were supposed to take her, and they're kind of doing like a ransom situation here. And Darien is like, first off, Darien has something called the Sight. It's what Darkslayers have that can track people through their auras. You can kind of see what they are, what kind of person they are through their auras. So when he finds Lauren, he's like, you're human. There's nothing special about you. Why do these people want you? So instead of turning her in, he decides to basically be her bodyguard and try to figure out why they want her, what's so special about her. More girls go missing and they're trying to figure out who's behind this, what's going on. And that's the gist of like, you know, synopsis-esque of this book. Bailee was raving about this entire series, so I had to pick up the first book. At the moment, you will see my updates because I had already filmed them, but at the moment I'm about 30% of the way done and I already ordered the second book. It will be here tomorrow. Will I finish this tomorrow? Probably not, because this is a hefty book, a little under 750 pages, so it's a big book. But when I tell you, this has been so good. But I'm gonna shush because I already filmed my updates. I don't need to repeat myself. I don't know if we're gonna read one book on this vlog, multiple, it depends, because I also ordered Fairytale, which is both a favorite to Bailee and Laura. So I might also do Fairytale in here, but I also know that Fairytale is a big book and you have to dedicate yourself to that, and I have a lot going on right now, so I don't know. I also ordered Heavenly Bodies, so maybe this vlog will be this book and Heavenly Bodies, and we'll give all credit to bestie Bailee for allowing me to do this, and hopefully I can continue this in other videos because that was such an honor to get the okay from Bailee to do a video like this. I think this is a good enough intro. I'm going to get my Alani. I'm gonna put it in my little fantasy cup that I have. We're gonna set the mood and we're gonna read. Now, when I do reading vlogs, I've decided to not film myself reading because I am a very socially awkward person. So this is going to be all over the place because that's who I am as a person. I am all over the place 24/7. So I will give updates as we go along within the series, but as far as like recording myself reading, I just don't feel comfortable doing that yet. Maybe in time we will get there, but also I'm using my phone to record, so like I don't like not having it on me. Okay, I have talked so much. Let's get comfy, get cozy, let's get to reading. I will be back with updates as we go along. And once again, thank you so much, Bailee, for allowing me to do this video. All right, while I wait for the water to boil, because I am currently making food, I wanted to give you guys an update on City of Gods and Monsters. I have now gotten to part 2 of this book, and you guys. So part 1 was obviously meeting the characters, finding out that Lauren, I will be saying it like that this entire time, is human. She goes to this academy. She wants to learn herbal magic. She finds out about her friend getting kidnapped. She meets Darien Castle and he takes her in, but he does not turn her in. And he's basically like, you're gonna live with me while we figure this out because you're human. What do they want with you? Like, no offense, but you're a human in a world full of supernatural beings. Why is there a bounty on you for like $3 million, 3 million gold? Because it's not dollars in this world. I don't know how to pronounce what the currency is in this book, but you start to see their relationship. I don't want to say develop. I feel like this is going to be very much a slow burn. And I don't want to say this is necessarily enemies to lovers. I don't think that they're enemies. I think it's just he now has this human that he decided he's protecting because something fishy's going on. She's driving him absolutely insane. She's not listening to him. She's not doing what he's telling her to do in order to keep safe. So far, I'm telling you, from the first sentence of this book, I have been absolutely hooked. I feel like I say this a lot, but now I really truly mean it. This is the first time in a very, very, very long time that I have wanted to sit down and read for my own enjoyment. Like, yes, I'm making a vlog about it. I'm reading this because I want to, not because it's something popular. And sure, I got this as a recommendation from Bailee. But I knew going in, like once I found out what this book was about, I knew that this was right up my alley. And I knew that this would be something that I would love. I didn't realize I was gonna love it this much. I just got out of a reading slump maybe a week ago. And I fear once I finish this, it's going to put me right back into that slump. And not because it's bad, but because it's so good that nothing I read after this is going to give me the same feelings that this book is giving me. And this is me saying this when I am only 30% of the way done. The things that's happening between the two of them, I'll give you some examples. Like, she was fantasizing about him, and I mean like fantasizing about him, and he could see that through her aura. I don't know if I mentioned this, but he has something called the sight where he can track people through their auras, and that's how he found out that she was basically human, because she had just a white aura, like innocent, nothing weird about her, and that's how he found that out. Well, they were right next to each other, and she was fantasizing about him, not realizing that he could figure that out through the aura, and he starts teasing her about it, and she just goes, "What? Ew, no." Like, I love that. Absolutely I felt the secondhand embarrassment from that, if I can be totally honest with you. And I was thinking, I'm like, girl, I'm sure he can pick up what you're feeling right now, so maybe tone it down a bit. I thought that was hysterical. And then just like, she shows up at the house and his friends, who are basically like a family to him, greet her in the rudest way possible, and he threatens them on the spot once he finds out. And he's like, I ordered you to be nice to her, and like, you treated her terribly and made her feel unwelcome. And he was threatening to like kick them out of like their little group if they don't knock it off. I don't want to say found family when it comes to this, but I can definitely see the love that this group has for each other, and the fact that they're more than just evil. Not even evil, just, I love the fact that there's this like group of like the most dangerous devils in the whole town, but you get to see them together, and you get to see their mutual love and adoration for each other, and how much they truly respect each other and will do anything for each other. I love that. I'm finding it so hilarious that Lauren keeps disobeying him because she wants to help, and she's not listening. He'll be like, stay home, don't do anything. And she'll go somewhere super dangerous, and he has to keep rescuing her over and over again, and she's driving him nuts at the moment. But I feel like he loves it in a way, and we're finding out more about him and why he has these like panic attack episodes, which that was another thing. There's a discussion going on in here sort of about how a human mortal life is so precious, because we know that it's fleeting and that it's short. So it said something like, how did it go? I'm gonna find that quote. Because their lives are fleeting, and in knowing this, they succeed in doing what no immortal ever could. They live with the knowledge that every day could be their last. And because of this, they live fiercely with more intent and purpose in the span of no more than 100 years than any immortal would in 1,000. I found that so interesting. And then she responds with all due respect, as a human myself, I have to disagree. Immortals are the fiercest people I've ever known. I believe there's courage in knowing that it'll take a lot to kill you. There's confidence in this that no human could possess. And the professor goes, but is it confidence or is it arrogance? And I've never seen a discussion like that when it comes to a book with mortals and immortals. I thought that was like a really nice touch. Yeah, so far this is so good. I'm at the part where more girls have gone missing, and they're trying to piece it together, and they're trying to figure out why this is happening, and they're also trying to figure out why Lauren is so wanted by these people when she's just a human. I have some theories. I feel like there've been some like foreshadowing hints here and there, but I can't say anything because I don't want to spoil it. The stuff I'm talking about for the most part is in the synopsis. Like, I'm not going to spoil the book, but also the lengths that Darian is going to keep her safe, and she has no idea because he's keeping her out of the loop for her own safety. And she thinks he's sitting around doing nothing, but really this dude is moving mountains to keep this woman safe. And this book's got me in all kinds of feelings right now, but my water is boiling. I'm gonna go make some dinner, and then maybe later on tonight we will continue reading, and I will give you some updates the next time I see you, hopefully with my camera, so that I'm not filming on my phone anymore. I am addicted to this. I really am. I fear this is going to take over my entire life. If it does, you won't see me complaining, because I'm loving this so much. Gonna make some food before I burn my kitchen down, and I will see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, I am about 400 pages through this book. I have 2 blankets going on right now. I am so cold, but I wanted to provide some updates and just talk to you guys. The thing about this book that I'm absolutely loving is it's such a big book. They're going on it's like one big adventure to find the reasoning behind why Lauren is a wanted human. So you're going to these different places, meeting all these different people, trying to find these answers. But what I'm loving about it is that it's not getting boring or repetitive. Like, we're probably at like the 5th or 6th destination of like, oh, we might have a hint or an inkling here if we go here, but it's not getting boring and it's not getting repetitive at all. And I am absolutely loving every second of this book, and that is so rare for me. Usually, especially with books this long, this were to be happening, I would be like, guys, can we get a move on? I need answers. But the thing is, like, you get just enough more of like a hint that it leaves you guessing and it leaves you theorizing, and it's fun. And I'm loving that so far. This has been, so far, I'm like a little over the halfway point now. Pardon my neighbor's dogs, as usual. This has been so much fun. There has not been a single time in this book so far, and I'm on page 400, that I've been bored. I have not been bored once. And the dynamic between between Darian and Lauren is just the slow burn is still very much slow burning, but in such a way that you like I don't think I've ever read a slow burn like this before. I'm eating my hair is what I'm doing. I have not had this much fun with a book in so long. I know I may not seem like that right now, but I've got 2 blankets. I'm comfy. I am exhausted. I did a lot of work today. We did find out what happened to her friend that was taken, and that really I suspected one thing. I was completely wrong. I didn't even think what happened was an option. So that where that's gonna go and what that caused for Darian and his quest to figure this whole thing out, it added so much more to it. The fact that these two keep thinking that they're wrong for each other when they're not. They are literally perfect for each other. I'm just having a fun time. I can't say much without spoiling anything. I know I've read 400 pages. I'm sure I could say more. I am just having a grand old time. Fun fact about me, Supernatural is my favorite TV show ever, and this is giving me very, not the same vibes, but similar. Like, it feels like I'm watching Supernatural when I read this, but not in a way, you know? I'm having so much fun. Okay, so we have made it to the 80% mark. I do not feel great today, but my goal is to finish this book today. These last 2 days have been mentally testing my patience, but I won't get into that. We finally found out who was behind the whole thing. I did not expect that. I had a couple theories going on in my head. There was like a riddle that I literally annotated like crazy, trying to solve and figure out. Could not do it. I guess reveal is what we would call it. Genuinely shocked me. Like, I knew something was fishy about this person, but I didn't think it was gonna be that level of like, what? Last night I got to a scene. I don't know how to say this without, I will just say there was a part with an animal that completely wrecked me and made me cry, and I had to put the book down for like 2 hours because I was so upset. I was so upset. That was the first time in a while that I had to put a book down because I could not stop crying over a scene that was happening in it. That was rough. You guys are gonna have to deal with me in my pajamas today. Also, pardon if there's any noise. I have no privacy in this house, so I have to film. Chance to if you hear anything in the background, people talking, neighbors, I'm so sorry. I've had such a rough, like, mentally the last 2 days. I'm due for my lovely womanhood time soon, so everything's like extra irritating me. Nothing can calm a girl down, ironically, like some iced coffee. So I do have an update on the book. I'm about 80% of the way done, but first I wanted to show you that I got 2 more packages in the mail yesterday, but I didn't get to film anything about them. First off, because I'm clearly loving this book so much, I immediately bought the second one, City of Souls and Sinners. This is book 2. I've already decided that I'm going to take a break from this book when I'm done with it, like from the series when I'm done with that book. Read something else, and then I'm jumping right into this, probably, because I have not been this invested in a book in so long, and I will get into that shortly. But the other book that came in, I don't know much about it. I saw Bailee, bestie Bailee, talking about it, and since this is a vlog of me reading her favorite books, I don't know if this one's going to be in this vlog. I might include it, but I got Riftborn by Greenwich and Lennox. I'm probably butchering that. Can we look at this cover, guys? This is stunning. Like, even the back of it, like, the spine is gorgeous, the back, it feels nice. Like, but this is a trilogy, I believe, the Riftborn trilogy. I don't really know much about it, but it has a sword and snakes on it. 20 years after a rebellion branded her an outcast, Fia Riftborn navigates a city rife with prejudice so deep it's often deadly, but she harbors a secret, one that would paint an even larger target on her back. A hidden power within her is growing, threatening to destroy everything she's built for herself. And then it says she might be the only hope for the Isle's survival. Torn between surrendering to the chaos or becoming a weapon for those who took everything from her, she must confront her growing feelings for the general and face a dark turn that could shatter everything she's ever known. This sounds so cool. I've never even heard of this book until Bailee was talking about it on her channel. I picked it up and it came in the mail today, so I might include this in this vlog, I might not. I don't know if I want this to be like 2 books or 3 books, because this is going to be a long video regardless, so I'm still gonna read it, obviously. I just don't know if it's going to be part of this vlog or not. We will see. I'm starting to get very overwhelmed with my physical TBR because this is nothing to some people, but I have like 40 plus books on my physical TBR now, and on the 4th, which is, today is March 1st. Happy March, by the way. In 3 days, I'm going to buy Wild Side by TLC Silver, so that's gonna make it 41 books. And then April, there's 2 books, Fearless and Enchantra, that I have to get. Like if I don't get those, y'all won't hear from me. And you won't even hear from me when I do get them because my face will be buried in those books. These are the ones I got. Now, on to the update. We are 85% actually of the way through this book. We only have that much to go. Look at these tabs. Can you tell I've been enjoying this book? I don't remember exactly what I said when I was updating you the other day, but I will say this feels like, and I'm probably the only one that's thinking this, I don't know if this makes any sense at all. To me, this feels like I'm almost watching Supernatural, but different. I don't know how to explain it. Supernatural is my favorite show ever. It feels like I'm watching it in a way. Like it's giving me the same kind of vibe. Like there's a mystery going on, and there's these group of supernatural beings that are either trying to help find out what's going on or they're adding to the problem. It's just giving very supernatural vibes, which I'm absolutely loving. We found out who is behind all of this, and I think I had mentioned the scene with the animal that completely wrecked me. I'm getting to the final like intense parts of the book, like you know, like in a movie when people finally confront the villain and it's like it's going down. That's where I'm at right now. I have about 100 pages left and I'm very nervous because I'm so scared to see how this is gonna end. I looked up some like other reviews, like non-spoiler reviews, very mixed, and I'm surprised because everyone I watch has absolutely raved about this, and I'm going to rave about it when it's over. I know that for a fact. But somebody said that this was giving them a Crescent City knockoff vibe. Now I've never read Crescent City, so I can't put the 2 and 2 together, but now I'm gonna feel weird reading this and then later on starting Crescent City because I'm currently in the middle of Throne of Glass, nowhere near touching Crescent City for a while, so I don't know. And that's why they hated it. I don't know, y'all are entitled to your opinions. I can already tell this is gonna be like a god tier book for me, no pun intended. The fact that this book is so long, it's almost 800 pages, and I have not been bored once, and things keep building up and it's just non-stop go, combined with like the slow burn tension for Darian and Lauren and just them going through their like mistakes. Like Darian is such a tortured soul, and it's breaking my heart learning more about him and then seeing his reaction to certain things that are taking place that he's blaming himself for, and it's just ripping me apart. Like he is definitely going to be in my god tier book boyfriends by the time this series is over. I can already tell. I'm going to lay back, enjoy my coffee. I'm currently watching one of Emmy's reading vlogs in the background, but I am watching. I have to have something on in the background while I'm reading, and I'm going to finish this book and then I will give you guys my final thoughts as soon as I'm done. I look so pale tonight. I look dehydrated. I'm gonna get water after I film this. Oh my god, I'm so like, I'm transparent tonight. Guys, I finished it. Do you see all that? Do you see all that? It is 9 p.m. on March 1st, and I finished City of Gods and Monsters 6 stars. I will not be able to stop thinking about this for quite some time. I feel like Darian Castle has now just climbed his way up to like my top 5 bookish boyfriends. I don't know what number yet, but he's definitely in my top 5. Like, I can't say anything without spoiling it, but the lengths this man goes to for her, let's be honest, we love a morally gray, tortured soul who deserves better than what he's had in his life. We love that. We live for that. At least in my little bubble, we do. I can safely say I did not get bored once reading this book. It was bam, 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 go the whole time. I don't even think there's any like words to explain this book and give it the justice it deserves. Like, I wanted to film my final thoughts now while it's still fresh in my brain, but no thoughts had empty. This destroyed me. 404, brain not found. Lauren is this ordinary human in a world full of supernatural beings, and she is wanted. They don't know why she's wanted. A bunch of other girls go missing, and she teams up with the Darkslayers, with Darian, with his group of people that's basically his family. One of them is his family, being his sister. You try to figure out what's going on, and you go through this like mystery, like you're meeting all these people. There's so many side characters, but each of them are like so important. They're like, I really don't think there is a side character or anyone that you meet in this book that's not important, which is insane to me because there's so many of them. You get bits and pieces, hints and clues. There was a riddle in here regarding something involving what's going on with Lauren, and I annotated it. I was underlining, I was circling things, I was making notes trying to like figure it out. And then like 200 pages later, when you get the answer to that riddle, I was way off. Not way off. I was kind of there. Like I had the first stuff correct, but then the follow-up was a huge surprise to me. And then anytime you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. Anytime you thought you had the problem figured out, you didn't. This was incredible. This is definitely a 6-star read for me, God tier. There were like 4 specific scenes in this book that just tore me to shreds, and I'm going to need some therapy compensation, okay, Miss Kayla Edwards. The dog, that's all I'm gonna say. But there is one specific quote in here. It's not for a while, from Darian, this man. Where is this quote? Here we go. I found it. Until you came along, my life never made sense. You are the kindest thing that has ever happened to me. You are my home. And I think it's safe to say that my life would be a whole lot darker without you in it. You light up my life, Lauren Kalla. We're talking about a devil here. The most, one of the most tortured souls, the most feared Darkslayer in this town. And he says things like this. He cooks for her. The thing with the dog, I'm gonna be hyper fixated on that whole 5 chapters with that damn dog. Oh my god, the lengths that he goes to keep her safe, and the fact that he kept saying he didn't deserve her and that she didn't deserve to be in his dangerous world because she wouldn't be happy, and he was hating himself so much because he loved her. And just, this was such a good book. I'm so glad I bought the second one. I'm going to take a minute after reading. I'm going to read something else and then I'll probably jump back into the series. But oh my god, I'm going to need a bit to recover from how absolutely fantastic this was. This is one of those books where it's so good it will put you into a slump. I can already feel it happening, and I just got out of a slump a couple weeks ago. This is not good, but this book was. Oh my god. With that said, I decided that I'm going to make this vlog strictly for this book, and then I'm probably going to do a part 2 regarding Bestie Bailee's favorite books, because I didn't want to make too long of a vlog. So my next vlog, whenever that comes out, it might be a bit, I'm not sure, part 2 of reading Bailee's favorite books. We're going to be reading Heavenly Bodies by Amani Iriu, but this is going to be in a different video. I'm going to work on that soon. I just figured this would be too long of a vlog for me anyway if I had read multiple books, because I'm still so new to this. I don't want to overdo it at the moment. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but that's my plan. So for part 1 of reading Bailee's favorite books, City of Gods and Monsters, this was a god tier. No pun intended, maybe pun intended. God tier, 6 stars. I would give this 100 stars if I could. I'm just saying, this was fantastic start to finish. I didn't see a single thing wrong with this. Will now forever trust Bailee's book recommendations. And if you do not follow her, I will put her thing here. I will put her link in the description. You should. If you're not following her, what are you doing? So with that said, I have to go edit this vlog now so that it's out on time, but I'm going to get some food. I'm going to chill and do some reflecting. Look, ASMR, ready? Oh, amazing. I'm going to do my journal for this book. I'm going to pick a short little palette cleanser. I think I'm gonna finally finish the Heartstopper series. I'm on graphic novel volume 5. I think that'll be the perfect palette cleanser. And then we will jump into Heavenly Bodies for my next video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and especially thank you to Bailee. I wanted to ask if this was okay because I thought it would be weird for a random to just do this without your permission. I don't know, but thank you so much for letting me do this video. Hopefully it went well. I am the most socially awkward person on the planet, and I don't have the best stuff. I'm recording on my phone with a weird ring light that you can clearly see through my glasses. I'm still so new to this, but we're trying it. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are too. If you guys read this book, what did you think? Because I saw mixed reviews, but everyone that my circle, all love this book. If you don't, that's fine too. I still hope you enjoyed the video. And with that said, I'm gonna go for the night. Thank you guys so much for checking this out, and I will see you in my next video.